to the Q for Tarot with me, Empress. This is a reading for you if you have Aries in any of your placements in your sun, your moon, your rising, or your Venus signs. I'll be doing this reading in 3 parts. The first part is going to cover just general life advice. The second part will be tailored towards your relationships, and the third part will be tailored towards your career and finances and money. This is a general reading, which means it's not going to apply to everybody that listens to it. Take what part makes sense. Don't try to force the message. It's a timeless reading, so it gets to you when I suppose the message is meant to get to you. If you're interested in booking a personal reading tailored just for you, where you can ask your questions, send me a message and I'll send you the necessary booking links. Okay, so let's start with the general life advice part. You've got Temperance. You need to learn balance. You need to trust the process of things. You need to let things run their course. You need to trust the phases and trust the timing of things. Okay, so let's get more advice about that. Why is the lesson on Temperance necessary for you, Aries, at this point in time? I'm going to get 3 cards, and then I will get 3 further cards to explain each one. Starting off, you have the Majesty of Blades, but this came up in reverse. So at a time when you will be trusted, or you are expected to use your intellect and to strategize, for some reason you are falling short. And blades have to do with your communication and your thinking processes. And with Majesty of Blades, it might be saying you might need to revisit a long-standing belief of yours, because this is like a situation where you are choosing to die on the wrong hill, kind of thing. So it's saying rethink the strategy. Another Bearer of Blades upright, because where in a situation where you thought you knew a lot, because it came up in reverse, there's actually a lot more for you to learn. So be teachable, Aries. Let's start with that. Straight off into accountability. Warrior of Vessels, and that came up in reverse. This is not the time to be all caught up in your head. This is not the time to be charming. You need to, the whole energy is just, you need to be more discerning. You need to be more discerning at this point in time, Aries. So this might be you, or this might be somebody you are dealing with. If somebody you are dealing with, you really have had like a very, you have been working with a very wrong impression or perception of somebody, because this person is not showing up as nice. Well, let's see. Is this you? Is this you? Sorry, is this you, or is this them? Is this you, or is this them? Let's see. It's you. So yeah, it's you, Aries. So I decided to pull 3 cards to clarify the Majesty of Blades in reverse. And the first card that came up was the Majesty of Vessels upright. So Aries, in a situation where you would have been better for you to use your intellect and use your thinking, you were being overly emotional about something. You took the wrong approach towards something. You let your emotions cloud your judgments, and you were very serious about this, with diligence coming up upright with the 7 of Coins. It's something that you were actually focusing. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You were focusing on the wrong thing. There's heavy Taurus energy here with the Majesty of Blades and the Seven of Coins. So this is something that you're actually very dedicated and you're working hard on this. And then with Pisces and Aquarius coming up, it's something that you actually, something very creative and something that, yeah, it's something that you've had to like evolve and make relevant. So something that you have like probably a creative side to it and also a logical side to it or something, but you were just focusing more on the soft side of things, where it's like saying you were, if I'm going to relate this like architecture and construction, it's like saying you were meant to like buy a house, but then you were more focused on how you're going to decorate it without checking how stable it was, you know. Bearer of dreams, yeah, because you were just dreaming. You were just dreaming. I think you might have like skipped a couple of steps because, yeah, because you were dreaming. And there was an imbalance because the next card that comes up to clarify the bearer of blades, we've got the Emperor. So it's either you had very little information and you were just rushing to be in control about something, or you really didn't know about, you had somebody that you were quick, you were enamored by, or you were impressed by for some reason. You were just quick to want to be taken care of by them, or to be controlled by them in some way. Somebody that you considered an icon. You got the Sun in reverse, but someone that really had everything that it took, that you felt would have made you happy, but there was a lot of things that were just hidden, because when the Sun comes up upright, things have been illuminated, but that came up in reverse. Let me see. Six of coins in reverse. So this was someone that was not given to you, because Six of Coins talks about charity, being fair, evenly distributing things based on how you know, like really getting, this person did not get to know you enough to know how to cater to you. This person was not interested, or this person was incapable of giving to you as equally as you were giving to them. It's like how people say don't meet your favorite celebrity. This person, you just had a lot of high hopes, and I think there was, I don't know if this, well, if the devil card comes up right, I might say this person might have, I don't know, manipulated you in some way, or bamboozled you in some way, or it might have been like letting your past traumas cloud your judgment, or maybe acting like in desperation or something. But I don't know, I just think you were just enamored by the whole idea of things, and you really rushed into believing that this was going to be something. Well, this person was not charming, because you have the Warrior of Vessels in reverse, and the Warrior of Vessels is still very like basic energy, because you have the Bearer, the Warrior, the Foster, and the Majesty, or the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So this person was just giving the bare minimum, and you were just really so focused on what the bare minimum, you were bamboozled by, it's giving like very, well, however you're ready for the message, it's giving desperation, or what's the other one, breadcrumbing energy. I'm not sure which. Well, let's see. This might be somebody that is popular. This might be an Aries or it might be a Leo. Six of Battles upright. Success. This person was more focused on their success. With the Hierophant upright, this might be somebody that you actually felt you were going to learn from, or somebody that you had like long-term aspirations and goals. It's somebody that you actually wanted to be committed to, somebody that you might have actually like sought help from a counselor or something, someone that you've actually sought advice about. Oh, I have a couple of cards that are upside down. Just one more. Five of Coins in reverse. This is somebody that it's somebody that's when Five of Coins comes up upright normally, it talks about like lack, regrets, crying over spilled milk, not paying attention on things that are actually working. But this is somebody that actually is an opportunist. Person actually was focused on other things. So let's see. When it comes to how you think about this, how you communicate about this, there is an imbalance with somebody that is in a higher position, not being strategic or not just giving a lot of attention and care to this situation, and somebody just taking this information and really running with it. So there's a disparity in communication styles. Somebody not knowing how to communicate and somebody choosing to avoid to communicate, and somebody just not being nice. It's a situation where instead of being more logical, you were focusing on lofty ideas and really taking on too much, really dreaming and having, and there's like is giving like unrequited love in some way. Somebody was way more invested in this situation. Yeah, while somebody was just focusing on their own personal success. And there's a lot of things that were not clear, that are purposefully hidden. There's a sense of secrecy in this. And yeah, I think all of this was just because somebody really, because you know, what came up for you was Temperance, which talks about knowing how to juggle things and paying attention to look at the details, the differences, the blessings, the hindrances of things. But somebody, yeah, so your lesson is, before you get into a situation like this, moving forward, Aries, the big advice is just to allow things run their course before you start spending so much time dreaming about how you would like things to be. You should really focus on find out if someone is giving to you what you deserve and what you are giving, and to really find out, are you really benefiting from this, or are you losing yourself in this situation? We need to really look at the differences in level of emotional, this was in reverse, the differences in level of emotional availability, you know, or creativity in this situation. Okay, well, that's that. Let's get into information for your relationships. Advice, things to consider, questions to ask about your relationships. You've got death. Okay. When death comes up, don't be scared. Death talks about knowing that things have to end for things to begin. So this might be calling a truce An end to a fight. Okay, we've got the 10 of Vessels upright. Celebration. Okay, get one more. Warrior of Blades. Well, it looks like communication is going to be good this week. It looks like there's going to be a lot of a lot of conversations. You're going to really have to decide what you are going to let go so that you can get peace and happiness in all of this. If you keep this the main focus of your relationship, it'll be easier to find out what to let go, and communication will be better. Communicate about how important your relationships are to you this week. Well, let's see. What are the sort of things that you need to let go of this week? Okay, the Devil in reverse. Yep. You need to let go of enabling each other, your bad behaviors. You need to be more accountable to yourself and to one another. You need to acknowledge how you both fuel your bad behaviors. Because the Devil came up in reverse. Let's see. What are the sort of things that you need to let go so that to help you make 10 of Vessels a reality? You have the Majesty of Blades upright. Majesty of Blades upright talks about strategy. You need to let go of thinking that your way is the only way. You need to be more look into being more be more strategic with your conversations. At this point, you have a fair idea of who your partner is, or you are at least interested in wanting to make this work. So you need to know you need to be able to identify the sort of things that trigger your partner. Be careful how you wield this information. Information is power. Don't be the asshole that uses all what you know about your partner to hurt them. Let go of manipulative and concession. You need to know when just to let things go. There's some things that you're just going to have to give up, Aries, this week when it comes to your relationships. Just give up a certain thought pattern. At this point, you need to acknowledge that your partner is who they are, and if you are choosing to stay there or you're choosing to make things work, because it looks like that was the middle of your reading. This is what you're trying to focus on. The closer the more you want to get to this, it's like a death to ego kind of. But the good thing about when the 10 of Blades comes up upright, the good thing about it is just lets you know that at this point, taking that you've seen this is at least for this cycle, this is the worst you can get. The only way is up. This is like rock bottom. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, at this point, there's some things that you just have to accept logically, really. Well, let's see what this is about. What of 10? What of 10? 10 of Vessels is like happy family, happy wife, happy life, celebrations. Majesty of Buttons, which is Malay Visionary. It's coming up in reverse. Okay, so yeah, a happy life to you looks like someone that knows how to control their passions. This might point to fidelity because one's Buttons is phallic, and this also talks about things like lust and passions and things that drive us. So there's somebody, this might be you or this might be your partner, that might be fiery. This might be leaning towards a hot temper, or might be leaning towards a high libido. So it's knowing that somebody has that power but is able to control them. So it's all about self-control. It's not saying because they want you to be charming, or they want someone that pays attention to the details of things, someone that takes time to put on a show for them, someone that is intentional, So yeah, less of the extravagant and let me just turn on this lighting. Less of all the bells and whistles, and more of the cuddles, and more of the, like, I don't know. More romantic, less gregarious. Let me see one more. So this might be your partner. But consider these things. One more. Bearer of pupil. Bearer of blades in reverse. Okay, the bearer of blades normally seeks clarity, seeks information, but that's coming up in reverse. So this might be saying, the only way I can read this positively, or read it as, or what of the way I can translate this to what this might resonate for me, so I can only explain it my way and hope it makes sense to you or not. Well, if I'm saying I don't want my partner to be looking for new information, I would say I want my partner to be more present, not always seeking for new. It's like, be more present, appreciate what it is right now. Don't, and that still goes back to less of fire and more of water, slowing the pace of things down, not always seeking for new. Oh, I had this partner one time that was always wanting to know about how the future was going to be, that they were not available to be present. Warrior of Blades, upright, activism, being an activist, speaking up. But the Warrior of Blades, you have to be careful about the Warrior of Blades, because Warrior of Blades can actually be someone that speaks too fast and tends to apologize. So let's see the advice that comes about how to be more careful in your conversation, so that when you say things, your words actually hold weight, particularly when it comes to your relationships. So this might be more, well, this is actually good, because you're going from being the bearer of blades in reverse to actually being the warrior of blades upright, to actually focusing your energy where you should focus your energy on. How can you improve your communication skills at this point? Because remember, when we talked about communication earlier, there was the majesty of blades upright, knowing how to use information, how to gather information, and how to strategically use them, and knowing when to let things go. So this is like advice on how you can relearn communication with your partner based on all the information that you have so far. Because remember, this is the goal. Ten of Vessels upright, celebration. Okay, so let's see. Eight of Vessels upright, detachment. You really have to let things go. Sometimes, like, when you I can't remember where I heard it, but they said you owe it to yourself and to your friendships to know who your friends are, to know who your partners are, so you know so you're not just, you don't spend time focusing on things that are their core personality, and it'll be so that you don't unfairly ask them to change who they essentially are. You need to know how, if your message is that important, which it is, because you're trying to get a happy life, right? You need to know how to communicate in such a way that your message gets across, in such a way This might be you need to communicate forgiveness. That's just what just came to me. You maybe need to communicate forgiveness. You may need to communicate forgiveness, or you may need to communicate an ultimatum. But you really have to speak on how this situation is making you feel. Three of Vessels upright. I just got a weird vibe. Ten of Buttons upright, exhaustion. There are two sets of Aries this message is for. The first set of Aries are the people that really want to work on their relationships, working. So they're starting to let a lot of things go because they want to talk about how the relationship is still important to them. Second set of Aries are a set of people that are actually going to walk away from a relationship because they are tired of the manipulation. They feel their partner is very toxic with a caustic tongue. They're just tired of that. They don't see this going anywhere. They feel they are too soft and too loving for someone that doesn't want to tell them the truth. And they're really going to speak about how they are walking away because they know this person prioritizes other people and is for the streets, and they're just tired of all this shit. The two major arcana that came up are the Death upright and Devil in reverse. You know, you have to let this devil go, because this person just talks the talk, and this is like you really feel there's nothing more this person has to offer. This person is not honest. This person just speaks recklessly. Your idea of happily ever after is with somebody that actually does pay attention to the tiny details, and you're walking away from this because this person is for the streets, and you actually feel you need to be around people that would actually be at least emotionally vulnerable, or at least have that conversation with you. You're tired of this. You don't see this. You are greatly disillusioned at this point. And there's no coins on here. This person, there's no investment. Did this even start? I'm not seeing any like long-term longevity or any tangible thing. So this might be somebody that you were just speaking with and dreaming about and lusting after. But yeah, you're just tired of this shit. Okay. Let's get into messages for your finances. Aries, messages for your finances. Two of Vessels, reciprocity. Okay. Are you looking for a partner? Bearer of Battles in reverse. I think not. Chariot in reverse. This is not moving fast. So Aries, you're thinking of partnership, partnering with somebody. I don't think this person is as motivated as you think, and I don't think it's going to move fast because with the Chariot coming up in reverse, not everybody's understanding this assignment. Let's I hit my lights. Well, let me see if I can get it back. Oh goodness, I was trying to adjust my laptop and okay, sorry about that. All right. Oh yeah, I'm wearing the pendant from the jewelry line. I just got the first samples back. So this is the pendant in silver, and that's it in focus in rose gold. Yeah. Then this is the second design. That's that in yellow gold. It's also in gunmetal, but it's somewhere. I'll probably put it on in another video or something. Well, let's see. Two of Vessels, reciprocity. What's that about? Seven of Coins in reverse. You don't have the same work ethic. Six of Coins upright. Well, this might be somebody that's when we focus on something else, they say they are willing to give to this, but I don't think it's like there's inconsistency. Seven of Vessels, yeah, because they are focusing on something else. They are distracted. They are looking at other options. There's an illusion. Yeah, they're looking at this, so that this person you're thinking of investing at this point, they really can't give to this. Although they say they can, but there are things that they actually focused on. So you might not get the 100% attention about this. With the Bearer of Buttons coming up in reverse, it's saying this person is not as interested or as motivated or as driven as you are. Let's see why. Five of Buttons, because they are more interested in competing with you. This person I don't think is good for collaboration. Majesty of Vessels come up in reverse. This person lacks the empathy needed for this situation. This person might be more fiery, more competitive than they are what's the word? Someone that's than they are more competitive than they are considerate. Empress upright. Well, there's someone here that is very creative, that has so many ideas to put forward. But an empress cannot work with an unwilling apprentice. An empress has no time to be in competition. Do this look like they are supposed to be like they're not even in the same situation? One is chilling and nurturing, one is just up in arms ready to fight. So there's just like the vibe is just not the same. The vibe is just not the same. Well, with all this chaos going on, how is the chariot going to move? And chariot is actually like the fastest moving card. So this is somebody that you actually felt was going to accelerate things for you. But yeah, this collaboration, but this partnership is more of a partnership. So this might be somebody that you are related to, or somebody that you know socially. You might have known them socially before you thought of getting into business with them, but this person does not have to just have the same work ethic with you. And yeah, there are more options. You just need to just take your time to really look into things, and so that you can actually find where the hidden gem is. Everything has pros and cons, but you really need to zero in on what you actually want. But this particular person, yeah, it's not looking good. This person is not even willing to learn. They're more concerned with fighting and being competitive. The person is more in competition with you instead of realizing that you're on the same team and you're working towards the same goal. There's a difference in yeah. So somebody's an empress, somebody claims to be intuitive and considerate and empathetic, but there's just not a good, it's just not a good mix. And that's going to make it actually quite difficult, because really it's interesting that fire and water are steam, and then look, there's actually the physical thing, and there's the steam version. Even though there's like the hazy horse, there's still control, but that's in reverse, because it's just not blending. It could be a good match, but it's just not blending because this person is distracted by other options that they have, and they are more interested in being in the limelight. This person wants to skip all the hard work. They want to skip going to war. This is someone that cuts corners. They want to skip going to, and earlier on with the 7 of coins in reverse, they're not diligent. They want to cut corners, but they want all the pomp and pageantry and want all the celebration. It's just a different match. This might be you though. So own up to the fact that you are just distracted, and the person that you really started to collaborate because you wanted to show yourself. Yeah, first off, vessels in reverse coming up again. Somebody's not using their intuition. They're actually being more stubborn and letting ego drive things. The 2 opportunities to actually show up as the majesty and foster excuse me, to show up as the majesty and foster upright. So whether this is you or them, you're both just focusing on the wrong things. This is not happening because this is happening. Things are not being reciprocated because there's options. There's a lack of commitment in here, a lack of investment, lack of understanding. But this is very eye-opening though. This is very eye-opening though. You have the 4 of blades come up in reverse. Restlessness, 5 of coins, lack. This person is not invested, or this is not going to work because there's no peace of mind. There seems to be like a lack of trust, a lack of compatibility in this person that you were thinking of collaborating with or partnering with. Yeah, until you can resolve these issues and make sure that you are actually prioritizing and there's reciprocity in honesty. this is going to be the order of the day. You're just going to keep on focusing on what doesn't work. So yeah, just take your time to iron those issues out. Make sure that this person has made up their choice, they made up their mind, they've chosen to choose this and believe in this. Then there's going to be, you'll be able to balance things out and stop the fighting and focus on how passionately you believe in this dream, if at all, so that you can get it, so you can get moving. Because there's somebody that has so many ideas to put forward. This might be you, this might be them, but right now the Chariot is in reverse. This is not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. These are things that you really do need to discuss. Well, that's it, Aries. Thank you for sticking with me. If any of this made sense, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. I haven't been consistent because I've been doing so many things, like working on the cards, working on the jewelry, working on the pebble sets. I also have another deck I'm almost done designing. So I thank you so much for staying with me or for joining me today. Please help me to grow my channel, and I'll be back with a reading for you as soon as I'm done with all the other signs. So thank you, Aries, and bye.